welcome back to Wolfgame Music and Video. So today I'm going to be talking about yet another hidden gem, at least in my opinion, and that is Lawerence Kasdan's 1990 comedy drama film known as I Love You to Death. The film was based off of true events that happened in Allentown, Pennsylvania in 1984. I believe it was Francis and Anthony Toto. Francis Toto tried unsuccessfully at 4 attempts to murder her husband with the help of some, friends or so-called assassins. And that is essentially what I Love You to Death is about. It basically revolves around Joey Boca, played by Kevin Kline, who also starred in Lawerence Kasdan's other film in 1982 known as Silverado. Then you have Tracey Ullman, who plays Rosalie, his wife. Together they run this pizza parlor and everything seems like it's, fine and dandy and like everything's going smoothly. And, Rosalie has no speculation or suspicion that her husband is cheating on her in any degree. And the movie starts off with Joey in church, basically confessing. So it's I guess as long as you confess in church, then it's all good to go and you don't have to worry about, being a piece of shit that he is. This movie kind of has the same effect that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has, where it's it'll definitely make you want pizza more than most films, and it just always makes you hungry. It's not even just the fact that they run a pizza parlor, but Joey Boca as a character, it just seems like he's always eating and feasting, and and it showcases the way he kind of treats Rosalie poorly in the household when he's just get me more food. Which I gotta say, I don't fucking buy the fact that it's Kevin Kline's character would get with all these women. I just find it to be a bunch of bullshit, because it's you have an early on-screen appearance from Heather Graham, who's this young, beautiful girl who shows strong interest in Joey, and it's I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying the guy's completely but otherwise known as ugly, but I don't know. I just don't fucking buy it 100%. Because of all the characters in this movie, Joey, in my opinion, I know he's the main character and everything, but it's not that you're supposed to always like the main character, but I just cannot fucking stand him. But you do have some great other appearances in this film. You have Joan Plowright, and if you're not familiar with her, she played Mrs. Wilson on Dennis the Menace. She's absolutely fantastic and she's hilarious. I love her character in this movie. The dynamic between her and her daughter, which is Rosalie, is just absolutely fantastic. And that's another thing that drives me insane about Joey as a character. It's not only is he being unfaithful to his wife, but he's a fucking asshole to his mother-in-law. And it's I get it. It's she's not paying room and board, but she's an older lady. It's come on, dude. It's have a fucking heart.
You get free room and board. What more do you want?
Joey, don't talk to Mama that way.
Yeah, River Phoenix, by the way, as Devo is absolutely fantastic. It was nice to see. This was probably only the second movie that I ever saw him perform in, besides Stand By Me. I mean, that to me, that's always been the main River Phoenix film that I've seen. I think I tried to watch, My Own Private Idaho, which I believe that came out maybe the same year, maybe a year later. And it's I remember that movie coming across as kind of boring and just strange. It's I get it. Gus Van Sant, he thinks he's a genius. He's got some great films, but it's come on, not everything he does is fantastic. But that's just me. That's just me. Gosh, and the dynamic of William Hurt and Keanu Reeves in this movie as Harlan and Marlon, as the hired assassins that they try to have, kill Joey, is just, oh my god, their dynamic is just hilarious, and it's they're just so believable as heavy drug users, drug dealers, people that are just so constantly out of it. Which I gotta say, I love the scene where they're introduced, where Devo goes to this dive bar to meet up with them. And the way, I can't remember which one is Harlan, which one's Marlon, whatever, but I think it's Harlan, the way he's introduced, he's just going to shoot some pool, but it looks like he's just kind of borderline passed out, the way someone's drinking past 2 a.m. and they're in that state of denial where it's just kind of oh, I'm not about to pass out, I shouldn't go to Denny's and get a bunch of breakfast and then just go home and smoke some weed and watch a stupid movie and then go to, pass out and, not keep poisoning myself further than I already have. But that's just me. But clearly, in my opinion, I think, they're obviously on a bunch of heroin. I gotta say though, one of the few things I do like about Joey Boca's character, you know, is like there's like a part where he's like getting ready to go out, which by the way, his sense of fashion is so fucking terrible. It's just, I don't know, it's just, I mean, whatever. I know. I guess the point is like he's supposed to play like just such an exaggerated, flamboyant character. So Kevin Kline, he does do a phenomenal job in that aspect. I mean, like he pulls it off very well because it's like, you know, when you see Kevin Kline in a film such as, you know, Dave, the one that he did in like '93 with Sigourney Weaver, and then his character in Silverado, like this old Western film in the '80s, you know, it just goes to show that he's able to showcase like an exaggerated, like, you know, sleazy piece of shit type of person. So I guess in a way it is good that, you know, Joey comes off as such a like hateable person, at least in my opinion. I mean, maybe some girls might be into, you know, a piece of shit like that, but I don't know. What the fuck do I know? Yeah, there's just so many hilarious scenes, you know, as I mentioned before. And I mean, like, especially there's like a part where, you know, they're doing like one of many like assassination attempts, and like Joey ends up waking up and he just says something about like he had a good crap, like, or like his stomach hurts.
I had a good crap. That's all I needed. Not done.
Which is funny because I feel like not only does Kevin Kline's character look kind of like breadsticks that you would eat at a buffet that would give you food poisoning, he also just kind of looks like a fucking like the human form definition of like a stomach ache. Like he just kind of looks like, I don't know, like pasta that you would just keep eating at Hometown Buffet if you're blacked out drunk. Or, but I gotta say, okay, let me just say this stuff. I mean, like, what's great about this film is that it really does showcase like what passion and desire and like what the many degrees of true love will do to a human being. Like even if they get like, you know, even if they get fucked over by their significant other, it's just, you know, it's like they end up, you know, because it's like, you know, Joey just has that realization towards the end where he's like, wow, he's like, this woman truly does care about me. And so it's, I mean, it's unfortunate that it just took his wife to hire fucking hitmen to try and kill him. I mean, in the first place, you know, it's like he should have been faithful to begin with, but, you know, that's just me. Call me old-fashioned, but I think if you get married, you should fucking be committed. That's just me, though. I mean, but fuck me, right? Can I sound more bitter in this? Sorry, I'm exhausted because I had to work all day and it's fucking hot in here. But there is solid good redemption at the end of the film, you know, like after, I mean, in real life, you know, Frances Toto and the assailants who helped, you know, attempt to kill her husband, like they all ended up going to prison for 4 years. But in the movie, Joey just decides, you know, he doesn't want to press charges, he wants to start over. So it's good, you know, so it's like him just almost dying just kind of like made him want to like reinvigorate himself or like just kind of start over and, you know, like even propose to Rosalie and everything. I just have to add one more thing. Like I love the raw emotion like and the shift in the film from like how it's like such a like, it comes off across like at first like a feel-good fun comedy, but the moment that Rosalie catches Joey in the library like kissing some girl or something, like just like, I don't know, just the heartbreak she's going through, and like she starts slamming all these like, you know, Advil or these pills down her throat, which that's kind of pretty much how I feel when I show up to work on Monday, you know, when I'm having my Monday panic attack. But, you know, I really do love the transition of how it's able to go from like so much joy to just so much like sudden, just like that increasingly like intense devastation that she's going through. I mean, like right away, and it's like, you know, I couldn't imagine going through that. It's like, you know, she loves this man so much, and it's like she doesn't really know what to do. It's like she's like angry, but she doesn't want to divorce him, you know. But, you know, there's not too much more I can say about this film, you know. I mean, it's a lot of fun to watch. Make sure you have at least some pasta or some pizza if you're going to watch it, because this movie will automatically give you the munchies, you know, even if you're not getting stoned to watch it or whatever. Till next time, hit that like and subscribe button, and stay tuned for next month's video.
Do it. Hit the like and subscribe button. I don't care if it's halfway through the movie. Go ahead. It only takes a second. It's free. It's $0.
This movie sucks, dude. I could write a way better movie than this shit.
I work every day, all day, okay? Every day. And I like to relax, go out, have fun, you know.